Hello YouTube! Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. This is the Knitting Attorney Podcast, episode 11. My name is Joni, and this is where I talk about my knitting. Yes, so this is my post-Christmas episode coming out a day late because, as you can see, I'm in a new space. Not so new. I've been filming in this room, but it is newly a room with a bed in it. And please forgive how wrinkled this thing is. This is a weighted blanket, and I think they are pretty much impossible to make look like smooth and flat and straight. So not exactly very Instagram, YouTuber friendly, but yes. So I was going to talk about me knitting, and then I might give a quick updated tour of this room. So yeah, let's get into it. So this past week was Christmas, and this week I don't have to go to work, which is very nice. So well, I have some progress, actually some decent progress made. I expect to have a lot more over the next week. So yeah, so the first project that I wanted to share my progress on is my Silver Bell sweater. I just introduced this, I think, in my last episode, and I still haven't finished this sleeve. Where I left off, I have one sleeve completed, it's over here, and the body completed, and just this one last sleeve, and this is how much yarn I have left. I have about probably 7 or 8 rows, and then the ripping, and this has heightened my anxiety even further than it was at last week. I may have to rip out this collar and maybe knit it with smaller needles to try to salvage some of that yarn, or rip back the sleeve, but I don't really want to do that because that would require redoing this stuff narrow cuff here in Magic Loop, and if you know anything about me, actually no, I haven't shared this yet, but I don't like small circumference knitting generally, so yeah, I will do Magic Loop when it's absolutely necessary, but it is not a process I enjoy. So yeah, I said I was going to finish this for Christmas. I did not. It makes me too nervous. I'm sorry. It is very pretty though, although I'm looking at it not really sure where I'd wear it except for Christmas, so it is really a shame because this might have to wait till next year to get any use. Anyway, that one is that. Yes, oh, by the way, I don't have any finished objects to share. I do have a finished object, but that is a gift that still needs to be sent out because I am late and lazy, and yeah. So next project that I want to talk about is my Harvest Tea Iozetta, and this is where it's at. This is using Euro Yarns Belviso, and it's a fingering weight like cotton and linen and nettle blend, and it's very pretty. And yeah, I'm about halfway through this front panel, and it's coming along nicely actually. I kind of got like less than 40 rows left to do on this, and it's starting to look like t-shirt, sort of. I don't know. Definitely we'll get a lot of wear out of this, I'm hoping, because it is just a basic, simple t-shirt, and I am appreciating how kind of dense this fabric is turning out. It's like not see-through like some knits can be. It's almost like a real t-shirt you'd buy at a store, except, you know, a bit chunkier than that. But, you know, I'm appreciating it, and hopefully I'll have some more work done with that. So yeah, that was all the sort of ongoing projects. And then being myself and it being the holidays, holidays and me being in a festive mood, I decided to start some new projects. So I'd introduced this yarn. This is the CC's Wool Peruvian alpaca tweed. It is this really pretty like gray and black alpaca yarn, and it is extraordinarily soft. And so I decided I really wanted to cast something on with this because it is just so soft. Just rubbing it on my face, trying to avoid where I have makeup on because I don't want to stain it. So the pattern I picked out was something very basic because I just wanted simple wardrobe staple. So I selected the Towns sweater, also by Iozetta Knitwear, and I cast on. So I already made a modification, and in the pattern the ribbing is just knit in the round as like a solid piece, and I decided to do a split hem. So basically all I did was just knit half the stitches, then cut the yarn, cast on, knit the other half, knit them to the same number of rows, and then just joined it in the round then. And right now I'm knitting up the body because this is a bottom up sweater, and yeah, it's coming out, oh my god, so soft. It's hard to kind of see, but there is like a decent amount of drape to this yarn. It's obviously it's alpaca, that's what alpaca does, but it's lightweight and airy, again, as alpaca usually is. But yeah, it's also, I can tell it's gonna be very warm, and it just has such a delicate kind of luxury feel that I feel like with the kind of simple-ish silhouette of the sweater. And someone is texting me. Okay. With the simple-ish silhouette of the sweater, I feel like, and the neutral color, it's gonna be just like a wear every day kind of thing. And so I really want to get done because it's probably gonna be too warm to wear once spring hits, and we're already heading into January, and part of me feels like winter is ending soon, and the other part of me is trying to remember that I live in upstate New York where winter lasts forever. So yeah. I will continue working on this. I'm really excited to wear it. I'm already planning outfits for it, so I don't know what it is. I mean, you can see I'm wearing just like a white t-shirt and jeans today, but I've been getting into these very like basic, simple kind of garments, and I found that as I've been doing that, just kind of paring down my wardrobe and just combining basics, I felt just so much more put together in general without any effort. And I feel like this is a very obvious thing, everyone knows this, but it's not until you actually do it that you're like, oh yeah, this actually works. So yeah. So a couple other things I've been working on. You may not know, I've only kind of alluded to it, but I also dabble in crochet in addition to my knitting. So for some reason, I saw on Instagram a post with this lovely bralette pattern that was crochet, and that one of the testers lengthened it into a very beautiful dress. And for some reason, over this past week, I decided I just have to have that dress on my body, and it looked beautiful. And so it is the Sunburst Mosaic Bralette pattern by, I believe the designer is, I was just trying to look it up, but that's going to take too long. The designer, I believe, is Liz and Hook. I'll leave all the details down in the description box, of course. But yeah, it's basically just knit crocheted in like granny squares that are seamed together, but they are very pretty in their specific pattern. And so I have completed these two, which I've already seamed together, lots of loose ends, and a third one. And yeah, this is what the square pattern looks like. It's got this little circle in the middle, this little stitch, this cluster stitch, and then a bunch of other crochet stitches. I don't really know how to talk about crochet that well, but yeah, these are squares. They're cute. This is done in Lion Brand's True Boo yarn, which is a 100% rayon from bamboo, and so it's shiny and very drapey and soft, and I'm actually very happy about how that's working out, because tendency of crochet is to be a little bit stiffer than knit, but this is extremely soft and actually has some drape to it. So yeah, they're going to be kind of placed diagonal like this, if you can kind of envision, and just adding more of them until it becomes a dress. And yeah, I'm actually really, really happy with this, and I love this like deep smoky like steel gray, blue gray kind of color. I think it's dark and moody and perfect for me. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to wear this until summer, which is not for a long time. I need to remember that. But in my little craze of crochet, I also picked up some yarn that I have lying around. So my mother, she crochets a bit, and growing up we always had these just like massive boxes of yarn, mostly like acrylic yarn, and I inherited them as soon as I started knitting more seriously, and so I have these massive boxes of acrylic yarn, which I haven't even started to try to organize and put away. That is going to be a project. So I decided to dig into those and grab some of these yarns and crochet a little bit of something with them, and so I created these two extraordinarily basic granny squares. Yeah, so my plan with this is just to make a lot more of these. These are really simple. I just found a like basic tutorial on the internet. I just googled how to crochet a granny square, and I'll link the one I used, but these are super simple, just 4 rows, pretty much doing the exact same thing each time. But yeah, I made a couple of them and plan on making more. There's just like something stuck to this. Yeah, and maybe eventually, if I have enough time being bored where I just want to crochet something really simple and quick, I might eventually have enough of these to make a cute little blanket. And I think if you can kind of see a little bit of the color scheme going on back here, it might look kind of cute in here for maybe a lightweight summer blanket. Except that it's acrylic, which isn't the most cooling of fabrics, but at least it could look nicer than this weighted blanket for photos. So yeah, last thing before I do a little tour is my Christmas haul. With somewhat obviously I didn't purchase any yarn for myself because gifts coming in. But yeah, I got more Christmas presents than I'm going to show, but I will show the yarn related ones. So first thing I got is 2 books. The first one of which is this Vogue Knitting lace book, which has lots of lace patterns, and yeah, I saw it in the store and quite liked it. There's a few that I'm kind of interested in. That shawl is quite pretty, I think. And then one pattern in particular that really excited me is this one. This is the Moonflower lace dress, and I just think it's cool. I don't know what it is about me, but knitted or crocheted dresses seem to be kind of rare and hard to find, and so there's something I'm really interested in. Try not to show the pattern. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's really pretty. I'm not sure how I'll handle this shoulder part if and when I make it, because I can tell on the model that they're kind of wide set, and I have very small shoulders, so there is probably no way in hell that that's going to fit me as it's written. So that might need some work and modifications. And yeah, and I got a second book, which is this, 6,000 Plus Pullover Possibilities. And it is essentially a book that just has different parts of sweaters. From sleeves, necklines, backs, and different styles of finishing. And yeah, and you basically just mix and match, pick and choose, and it's written for a bunch of different gauges and sizes. And so you can essentially choose your yarn, get your gauge to match somewhat to one of the ones in the pattern, pick your size, and it takes you through and you get to customize your pullover. So I think this would be kind of fun for some of the yarns I own, like sport weight ones that are kind of difficult to find patterns for because sport weight is like the redhead stepchild of yarn weights. So, and I tend to fall in love with some sport weight yarns and never know what to do with them. So here we go. Alright, so last yarn related gift I got, I'm super excited about. It is this kit from Stitch and Story, and look how cute this packaging is. It's adorable. It is for this little crochet Hello Kitty pusheen amigurumi. And I mean, come on, little rainbow, pink, this ribbon went through it and tied it shut. I already opened it because I was so excited. And it comes with these skeins of cotton yarn in all the colors you need, with a hook, and the little pattern, which I think is just packaged really nicely in this little envelope. I mean, it's a kit. It has, you know, the hook and yarn and everything. That is how these kits tend to work. But I don't know. I mean, I love Hello Kitty. I have a little Hello Kitty tattoo. I've loved Hello Kitty since I was a kid, and it's Hello Kitty and pusheen, and it's just adorable. So I can't wait to break this out and actually start doing it. Yeah, I'm a little bit scared because, again, I'm not very good at crochet. Like, these things, they look nice, right? But I was completely guessing through this whole thing. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to crochet. So yeah, hopefully this guy won't come out looking super wonky because I really want it to be cute. So I might need a little bit more crochet practice. So yeah, that was all my Christmassy progress working on stuff, and now I will show you why I didn't knit much, aka a updated tour of my yarn room. So let me pick up my camera. As you can see, this is the bed, which now has all my stuff laid out on it. And, ooh, that was difficult. This is Doofus. He's been following me to all my various apartments, and now he has a nice comfy spot here. And right in the corner, I put up one of my other paintings. So before I showed all these shelves, I still have not removed the books. I have an orchid there that is, I believe, dead. It was hanging on so well for a while. I don't know what happened. Here's my yarn shelf, as usual, with Vanilla and Lily. So this picture frame I'm thinking about hanging on this wall. I don't know why I'm picking that up as if that's going to demonstrate anything. But my plan is hanging it up on the wall there and potentially painting inside it just directly on the wall rather than putting a separate picture in it. I think that would be kind of cool. Sorry, my camera is shaking. Over here is a kitchen island from IKEA, and I have a bunch of my finished objects in it. This thing was nearly impossible to get up the stairs. I'll tell a little bit more of that story. I just framed one of my prints little fake plant and little box. Fake plants are about all I can keep alive. I just installed a lovely full-length mirror. It was $8 from Lowe's. Still got my very disorganized shelves. As soon as I clear these out, I'll have a lot more storage space. And this is what I'm proud of. The view coming in. I placed the bed such that it almost creates this nook with this little like shelf and these glorious little plant lights. They have like Christmas lights on them, but I don't have batteries for those yet. And my TV right here so I can actually see it because I have horrible vision. And of course, finally got this bed frame and mattress in. Last time I showed my room, I think I had these like drawers that I was gonna put under the bed, but they do not fit. So instead I have these little wire things from IKEA, which I believe are supposed to go in a frame, but I don't have that. I just have the drawers, but they fit under here perfectly. And these little square shelves also from IKEA. I'm not sure where they're going to go yet. So, yes. Oop, sorry camera, it's telling me it's panning too fast. So yeah, this is the setup right now. And as you might be able to see, this mattress is extraordinarily thick. So a little context, and let me sit down and tell you about this process. So, for some context, my house was built in 1870, and it was not built with queen-size pillow top mattresses in mind. So getting it up the stairs was an ordeal because on the stairs there's an area where the ceiling hangs low. When you get to the top of the stairs, there's really very little hallway. It's very narrow, and you have to get around a bend. So it took 3 people trying to squeeze the mattress first onto the ceiling, and then having to bend the mattress around this corner. And then as soon as we got that done, flipped this thing onto the bed frame, there was the kitchen island, which you think, you know, it's IKEA furniture. I put it together myself. You'd think it would be doable, but no, no. It was, we were all dead tired after this. Had to flip it on its like top, and we were trying to slide up the stairs, but it was too heavy, so it ended up being one person just resting the entire weight on their knee. Yeah, just one step at a time, just going clunk, clunk, clunk up. I don't know why I'm telling this story. Yeah, basically, moral of the story is none of this stuff is ever going to be able to move. This is where it is forever. But I'm happy with how it's looking and how it's turning out. I'm definitely going to fill up the walls with much more artwork. You might be able to see behind me there is a lot of space like upwards, and up here there is a ton of space. Not to mention just blank walls here and more around here. So yeah. And now my tripod is messed up. Anyway, yeah, so that was my yarn stuff, yarn room tour. Sorry if it was a little bit chaotic, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you are seeing the vision for this. Yeah, so I will see you again next week. I think I'm going to take a pause on my knitting progress content and maybe do a couple of videos just dedicated to the new year, talking about 2021's finished objects and 2022's plans. So tune in next week and I'll see you then. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that. Bye bye.